Hello everyone. Hi guys. Welcome to Sugilanon channel, the unveiling story and sparking joy. So today we'll have to discuss again about electron configuration. So what do you mean by electron configuration? Well, it sounds like when you say configuration, it's a matter of arrangement. So we can have an idea from that simple terminology of we are trying to arrange electron in a particular atom outside the nucleus. Okay, so let's begin. But before anything else, we'll have to familiarize first the periodic table. So initially, I already mentioned to you that we can read the periodic table in two different ways, either in a horizontal manner and also in a vertical manner. Well, for the horizontal manner, we'll try to call it as a row or the number of shells in which we labeled as, say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and also until 7. And of course, on the top of that one, we have group 1A, 2A, and then we could read at like from top to bottom. And of course, 3B to 8B and 1B, 2B are all transition metals. If you could notice, nga 1A, 2A, and skip sa other right side, 3A, 4A, 5A, until 8A. So that's what how we are trying to read. And the elements in the periodic table are arranged according to their similarities when it comes to their properties, chemical reactivities, and etc. Okay, so yes, the group label 1A, 2A are can be read as a group number or the number of valence electrons outside of the shell. So for example, those elements that belong to group 1A, their valence electron, when say valence electrons, their outer electrons are all 1A. If you try to solve, they say for example, the sodium, the valence electron for sodium is 1, and of course, lithium, potassium, rubidium, all elements that belong to that group number is or has a valence electron of 1. The same with number 2. So the alkaline earth metal group 2A, their valence electron is 2. We could solve that later. And 3A, 4A, and so on. 7A, their valence electrons from fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine is 7. And of course, tag 8A, the noble gases, they have a complete no, we have complete valence electrons of 8. No, that's how we are trying to configure or read the periodic table. And of course, the group 1A and 2A is has an s orbital. No, so, meron silang dalawang electron in every orbital. So, sa group 1A, say for example, 2 electrons sa S. And of course, sa p orbitals, di ba na-mention natin in the previous lessons that the p orbital has three different type. The 2px or shall we say px, py, and pz. So those are the three kinds of orbitals that belong to letter P. And of course, the d orbital, no? Meron silang limang klaseng orbital na nabilong sa d. And take note that in each orbital, we have two electrons occupied in it. So if we have five orbital, each has two electrons. So 5 times 2, we have all in all 10 electrons in the d orbitals. As I said again, in the s orbital, 2 electrons, in the p orbital, 6 electrons, and d orbitals is 10 electrons. And of course, the f orbitals has 14 electron. So yun yung mga familiarizations that you have to consider as your guide, because when you try to solve the or to write the electron configuration, then it would be easy to your part. Okay, so let's have this subshells D and F are special. So nasa gitna yung mga d orbitals, mga transition metals labeled as B. And of course, sa F. So take note, sa period, di ba, you have to read the periodic table sa horizontal left to right. So nasa period 1, 2, until 7. But when it comes to the d orbitals, meron niyang changes. So instead na 4, you put it as 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's a 1 backward, no? May minus ka ng isa sa kanila. And then some F orbital, of course, sa ubos, sa baba, you have 4F and the 5F or yan, yung mga na belongs dyan. Okay. Hmm. So how we are trying to write the electronic configuration? So let's have defined first the electron configuration. It's describe how the electrons are distributed in the various atomic orbital. Okay. And of course, energy level when it comes to 1s, 2s, 3s, and so on and so forth, ang energy ng mga ganyan is increasing. And take note that we have an example 1s1. The 1 there is classify as which really belong to the principal quantum number, and then the S, the odd number of orbital, the angular momentum quantum number. When you try to write the four quantum numbers, and the superscript no one is the number of electrons. Okay, that's how we are. That's the format. That's the conventional way of writing the electrons. Okay, shall we say the electron configuration of 1s1 is actually yung 1 is na belongs sa mga period 1 or the number of shells. So period 1 from left to right, no? And of course, mga possibilities of period when you try to read the periodic tables until 7 man yung groupings, di ba? And of course, the number of electrons is, yes, or the group number or the number of valence electrons possibilities are 1 or 2. Kaya sa s orbital, pwede mo yung i-adjust. Di ba, the maximum electrons in the s orbital is 2. We could adjust that into 1 depending on the number of electrons we have. And the p electrons also, the maximum is 6. So, pwede natin gawing 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The same case with the letter D and F. Basta wag lang yung lumapas, lumapas talaga. Wag lang yung to go beyond the maximum number sa orbital na for P6, D10, F14. So wala na yung mga F15, D12, no, walang ganyanan. So it should be a maximum only with that certain conventional value. And of course, the subshell, the possibilities are S, P, D, and F. Okay, what do I mean by electron configuration? As I said earlier, that there are two ways of writing the electron configuration, the SPDF notation and then the orbital box notation. Ang SPDF notation, as we have that see the colored blue, dapat merong 1s1, 2s2, 3s2, that's SPDF notation. And the other hand, the orbital box notation is we have to differentiate really the number of electron. For example, 1s2. Yung 2, nagre-represent yan ng dalawang arrow upward and downward. The color black upward, color red downward. So yun yung nag-represent ng meron tayong dalawang electron. Okay? So it should be an opposite, no, direction of the arrow. Yes, according to Aufbau principle or other principles. Okay, actually, when we are trying to write the electronic configuration, we have this conventional. I'm just familiarize this one. You just write 1, 2 until 7, then S. You put the S there, then 2 start. So 2 until 7, labeled as P orbital, 3 until 7, D orbital, and F until 7. So actually, there are two rules that govern electron configuration: the Aufbau principle, Pauli exclusion principles, and Hund's rule. Ito yung Aufbau principle ng dapat you have to arrange the electron based on their energy level as increasing. Meron ko 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 2, 2s2 to p6, 3s2, yun yung Aufbau principle. Okay? So the order of electron subshell fillings are just like this one. It does not go in order. Ganyan. Yun yung i-follow ninyo ha. So 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 2 P6, 3 is 2, 3 P6, 4 is 2, 3 D10. Yung mga ganyan, that's the Aufbau principle. And of course, yes, we can easy to memorize this number of pattern. No, you just depending on how you are trying to memorize that one. The order of electron subshells filing is just like that. Okay, and of course, the higher the energy, the higher the number, mag-higher din yan ang energy niya. The Opal principle states that electrons enter the lowest energy orbitals first, going to higher, higher, and higher, and higher. So lowest to highest energy level. And of course, sino ba yun si Wolfgang or si Pauli exclusion principle? So, yung highlighted orange color, when say a Pauli exclusion principle states that an atom orbital may have up to two electrons, then it is may have up to two electrons, and then it is full. So, meaning to say, the spins have to be paired, and we should usually represent this with an up and arrow, downward arrow. Since there is only one s orbital per energy level, the electrons fill out that way, upward and downward. Okay? No two electrons in an atom have the same set of quantum number, but it should have a parallel spin. Sino yung, kanino yung, ano yun, kang control na siya, maximum multiplicity, no? Actually, what's the rules of Pauli exclusion principle? It should be upward and downward yung pag-arrange niya. The most stable electron in an atom is the one that have an a parallel and opposite spin, yung upward and downward. Yun yun sinasabi niya. Control of maximum multiplicity states that when you get to degenerate orbitals, you find all halfway first and then you start pairing the electrons. Okay. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, say for example, sa 1s2, dalawa lang man lang yung electron. So it should be upward, downward. Sa 2s, sa lahat ng mga s orbital, upward, downward. But when it comes to p orbital, if i-fill in mo yung all the boxes there bago ka mag-pairing, for example, meron kang ano yung 2, 4, 6, 7 nitrogen, no? 1s1, 1s2, 2s2, and 2p3. So yung 3 should be distributed in all three boxes before ka mag-pairing. The same with noble gases. Yun ang Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. No, go singly first before pairing. Yun ang rules niya. Sa pulley, ano ba yun sa pulley? Balik ko ngayon sa pulley. Represents that atomic orbital have up to 2 electrons, then it is full. So meaning to say, meron lang talagang in every orbital box, meron lang talagang dalawang electrons na nandoon. Okay, so I think that would be clear to your part. And what are the steps in writing the electronic configuration? Well, that's very simple, easy. Determine the atomic number of element from the periodic table. This gives the number of protons and electrons. So take note, as I always said to you, that in neutral atom, the atomic number is equal to the number of protons and electrons. So meaning to say that whatever atomic number you have, in the case of neutral atom, when can we say that it is neutral atom? Of course, walang mga charges sa superscript, walang sodium plus 1 or sulfur minus 2. So, dapat walang charges, either negative or positive, so that you could call it a neutral atom. So, ano ba yung rules sa neutral atom? Kung ano yung atomic number, yun yung number of electrons and protons. Say, for example, sa magnesium 12, so, sa magnesium 12, yung atomic number na siya Z is 12, and then yung meron siyang number proton which is 12 and electrons is 12. So, ano ba yung i-arrange natin? Of course, electron. Kasi nga si proton nasa nucleus. Ang hirap kunin ni protons doon sa gitna, no? Maliliit na nga yung electron. Ikukunin mo pa yung sa proton. Okay, draw the boxes to represent the first energy level and s and p orbital. Since there are only 12 electrons, 9 should be plenty. So ito na nga. So 1 is 1, 2 is 2. Before ka mag-pairing ha, dapat mag-singulate first ka. And of course, just like this one, add one electron in each box set and represents the electron. So when pair, put opposite arrow. Okay. And of course, use the SPDF notation and ano yung isa, orbital diagram, no? Ganun lang ka-simple. So, say for example, ito yung electron configuration ng lithium. Meron tayong tatlong electrons. So, ganyan yung ano niya. And one last thing, look at the previous slides and look just hydrogen, lithium, sodium, and potassium. Notice that their electron configuration you see any similarities. Well, when it comes to their electron configuration, similarities is they belong to group number one, and their valence electrons is one. So their reactivity is only one lang din. Kaya niyang i-react to the other one yung valence electron niya, di ba? So you see the any similarities since helium and lithium and potassium in group 1A, they all have similar ending which is 1s1. Okay, naintindihan niyo ba? Okay, for example, helium 1s2, neon 1s2, 2p6, so ganun lang. It's as simple as that. And of course, let's practice. Silicon, what's the atomic number? Just you follow the OPA principle, tong filling of orbitals na 1 is 1, 2 is 2, going to the higher energy level. And yun yung OPA principle. And then next is si Pauli exclusion principle, no? Opposite and parallel spin siya dapat. And then maximum multiplicity that it should be all first pairing I occupy in all bags before mag-pairing. And that is the electron configuration. By the way, what's this one? You can write the shorthand electron configuration. Well, when you say shorthand, yung shortcut, say for example, AS, di ba yung atomic number ng AS or antimony is 51, while argon is how much? Is argon 18? I'm not sure, 18. Then you have to use the noble gas core as your core and then go back to the off-by principle. Okay, shorthand notation of practice. Aluminum, ito yung example. Aluminum sa, if hindi shorthand, so you have to write it completely 1 is 2, 2 is 2, 2p6, 3 is 2, and 3p1. But in a shorthand, ano ba yung elements na below sa aluminum? So si neon, na meron siyang atomic number na 10. And then here comes si aluminum is 13 siya. So meron kang tatlong excess na electron. So what you will do that one is, depende, tingnan mo kung nasaan nakalocate si aluminum at neon. Tapos, you have to consider the electron configuration. Okay? So those are the example. And for the assessments, write the short electron configuration for the orbital diagram for each of the following. Okay? Time check. It's already 18 minutes and yes. Well, sodium atom na meron tayong atomic number na 11. You write this into your notebook ha for the checking. I will check this really. And tellurium number 52 and technetium 43. Short electron configuration and orbital diagram for each of the following. So meaning to say, ang isulat mo dito is electron configuration of orbital diagram. Kasi nga yung ibang process sa iba mo isulat kasi nga yun lang instruction ko. Okay? Complete. So how many examples assignments you have? Write the complete electron configuration by the following an atom of nitrogen. So you look for the atomic number of nitrogen. Silver, you look for the symbol of silver in the periodic table. Just and then write the electron configuration. And of course, this is the answer. Meron palang answer. And of course, noble gas core. Question, do you have any question, guys? Well, kung wala na, ang liit lang ng ano, no? We have to proceed with the next topic. But of course, we can have a break. And then, after this topic, we'll have to start Unit 3, which is the periodic trends. Yun naman. So this background, I think if you're watching on this video, you can gain widen and broaden knowledge when it comes to this chemistry, and you have to apply that in the next level of your chemistry subject or in the next topic around. Okay? So, meron ba kayong question? Well, kasi pag wala na, then please, kung nagustuhan niyo itong lecture video ko, watch and learn in Asugilanon channel, the story channel, the unveiling story and sparking joy. Bye-bye. Thank you. And of course, thank you for listening and God bless you all.